pouch.
Hobo.com says.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I say hipster. You guys say hobo. Let's get the answer.
Pretty dicey.
Seriously? Oh, come on! That's not fair.
There you go.
They put Fashion Week.
3, 2, 1.
Oh.
And the black cheese stands alone.
What? You're black. You're not black.
Wearing black.
I'm not black.
Hey, we're not on our best ever.
I am all black today.
Yeah.
You're very Jobs-ish.
It's the opposite of camouflage.
And my wedding ring is black, but it's made of rubber.
Really?
Yeah.
Who cares? All right. Next. Hipster or hobo? See.
All right, question 4.
That's a hipster. Look at her.
I
She's got
say-
clear eyes.
Full heart.
I say hobo. What do you say?
I'm actually going hobo because I think the piercings in the hair throw us off.
Look at the whites of the eyes.
Yeah.
There's no drugs there.
How do you know?
You don't know.
Because when you do,
She could just be good friends with Ben Stein.
Yeah. For clear eyes. We want dry eyes. Dry eyes. You have clear eyes.
maybe they give out eye drops.
If she is a hobo, though, she clearly is not financially responsible because it costs money to put
does.
holes in your face.
No, but I think that's like, poor people with really good sound systems in a car that's falling apart.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
If she's a hobo, she's been a hobo for one day. Look at how clear her skin is.
Yeah,
She's more like the hobo gang.
Yeah, she's living on the street in when it's it's temperate outside to find herself.
Right.
Is that piercing through her lip?
Yes.
Oh, that's worse.
It's like,
Ugh, I don't know that it's worse.
No. Like I understand it, like going like it's through the actual lip. That's bad.
Okay, so you say hobo, I say hobo, you say hipster.
Yeah.
If I score this, then we're just going to stop because it's I don't want to finish that far. I don't want to embarrass
That's not
anybody.
true. I would be 1 point behind.
It's the mercy rule.
you should be a detective.
It's the mercy rule. Okay.
You and your attention, your eye for detail.
Let's see. Give it to us to a
Come on,
man.
come on
Let's
now.
listen.
That one is a hobo indeed. Just third grade math, no GED.
That's the kind of girl you want to move into your house and help. You want to pay her rent.
Right, and she's brand new to the game.
She's
It's fine.
attractive.
You didn't
She's a
get
new hobo.
I know. Let me get you off drugs.
Do you think they think that when people move into the area, like they're new money? Do you think hobos are like, yeah, that's hobo reach.
Newport.
That's new hobo.
Her dad's
Fresh hobo. Fresh hobo.
Her dad's probably Elon Musk, and she's rebelling.
Yeah.
Hoser.
You're one of those. Look, my dad was a hobo. My grandpappy was a hobo. I'm a hobo. Just because you came one yesterday, don't come into our camp tell us how to do things.
Don't know how to hobo it.
You don't know how to hobo.
It just says something about the state of our country.
No.
The hobos look well fed,
They do.
right? With good
And
skin.
enough for hair dye and piercings.
You don't know the first thing about hoboing. Brian, you couldn't last one day in my hobo camp.
Actually, those earphones don't even work. You're just using them to keep
That's
your ears
because
warm.
they're not earphones, they're ear muffs. I don't know if you know this, but 90% of heat in your head escapes the ears. You would know this if you've been hoboing long enough. That's why he's a nouveau hobo.
Can we look that up, guys? Research. I don't think he's way off.
Bet you he comes from Bloomfield.
He was a good kid, but he was cross-eyed. They made fun of him, and then he gave up on life.
Well, it's just, I got one good eye. It's just the one eye. This has been Hipster Hobo.
Morning, Claiborne.
Both look like crackheads. Both are obnoxious assholes. Both will destroy the value of your bubble.
Yeah, this one on this channel is just for fun. I'll be using the main channel at
It's a fun game.
at work.
Updates at you, Gerald? No?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay.
Hobo is so offensive. Please say unhoused neighbor.
No, I won't.
Hipster or unhoused neighbor?
No.
Well, they're not my neighbor.
Whatever.
My neighborhood.
Whatever far right guy.
I don't let them hang around in my neighborhood.
I see the same people grifting every single day on the street corners. They typically walk back to nice cars with cell phones. And you see that one time, and you just assume the rest.
I would always get them food because I'm not sure.
I'm doing good. A little bit of a late start for me, but it's Monday. Once again, too many people called off. They don't realize that they're thinning the herd. right before the holidays, which they always do at my workplace, and your attendance means everything. And the guy that was supposed to news start today didn't show up. He still hasn't told me why. Sent me a picture of a broken windshield. I'm like, okay, what am I looking at? So my windshield, it's broke. I'm like, okay. You live 2 blocks from the plant.
If there's sugar, there's a way to do it. You know, take some yeast from your beer. All right. Chili is bad hooch. This chili.
What the fuck?
Chili whiskey. I'll be hungover all day. Gives me so farts. What is that, Carl's beard? I had a guy tell me the other day, he's like, I only drink tequila because it's the only liquor that doesn't give you a hangover because your body doesn't process it into sugar. I said, that's absolute complete horseshit. Like, if your body doesn't metabolize ethanol into sugar, you die.
Yeah.
Your liver has to do something with it.
One on the planet that doesn't.
Yeah, but some people believe it. So he's like, I'm like, wait, you haven't just been drinking nothing but tequila the last 5 years, have you?
My favorite is raw honey doesn't raise your blood sugar. I text that to my friend who's a food scientist. I got this back as a text. What? Never mind. I was like, never mind.
I was kidding.
I hang out with idiots.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, he didn't mean us. He wasn't us.
Grab a couple of chests to wrap it up. Tomorrow is the Spooktacular.
Sure. Costumes, maybe.
So here's my costume is really offensive. I can't wait.
Yeah. It's just you naked.
Is it tight? No. I want to go as a verb. Kick it.
Okay, so question from Tie My Shoe. Could God be allowing this persecution of Jews to draw his people back to him? Picture the millions of secular Jews in the USA that are waking up again.
I don't know.
I do feel like it's
answer that. I probably not.
Probably not. It does feel biblical. If you read the Old Testament, this isn't anything new.
Yeah.
Well, yes, it is an old book.
That's not what I meant. It's not what I meant.
It's not something new.
I don't know, Gerald. I don't think so. Here's the thing, and if that is the case, it certainly doesn't do you any favors to think that way.
Yeah, I mean, so this is kind of a fine line to walk. Is persecution going to happen, and is persecution used by God to turn people towards him? Those two things, yes, right? God can use any situation to bring people back to him, but is God specifically trying to allow this specific thing to happen specifically to bring back Jews? That's where it's like, is this hurricane here to destroy this part of the country to turn people back to God? No, probably not. But can God use any bad thing? Yes.
And by the way, I don't know that's biblical to say like, oh, the Bible, people will be persecuted, which will bring them back, because the Bible, we're also talking about as Christians, Jesus says, you will be persecuted. They persecuted me first. So at that point, right, we're not just talking
about. Yeah, I know, he could have walked. Yeah, I know. I really wish, honestly, I wish I could employ them.
By the way, observant Jews.
I have them apply all the time with fake IDs and stuff like that, but, it doesn't pass the E-Verify, so I can't. If I get caught employing them, number one, I'll lose my job. Number two, there'll be some huge fines for the company. And honestly, they bust their asses.
When you see what a mess it is, it's like you do find yourself kind of shaking. Well, but no saying a prayer.
Those folks, I think, absolutely deserve to be able to work. They want to work, they can work. They're here for nefarious reasons, get the fuck out.
We're not getting ourselves out of this conflict, right?
No. So that part, I think, is this blindness kind of prescribed by God until the fullness comes in of the Gentiles, right? So in part, there's this blindness. And
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
The enemies of his people to do crazy, barbaric, terrible things and not listen to any self-interest. Being told.
His reasoning was, I had to drive illegally this morning to take my kid to daycare. I'm like, whoa! You took your kid to daycare, which I assume is being paid by the state.
So it's hard to say that. So I wouldn't think.
He kind of says he kind of is giving you an answer.
I mean, the first message he says, well, you didn't get my message earlier, because he said a message before the picture. The picture came at, he was supposed to be there at 5 a.m. The picture came at 9:30 a.m.
So I think you're making a bit of a logical leap. Next.
I'm done playing games. I'm like, whatever, dude. If now they're probably going to use another company to try and send somebody there. I mean, I could find somebody, I'm sure, but it's ridiculous.
the sun comes up.
I'm sorry, brown day.
And then cut up.
You know what? Look, this is one of those things people say that it shouldn't change. If you're doing it right, it shouldn't change that much. What I do find is sometimes you get rattled and you get
Good deer.
off of the habits that are
Oh shit, there's cops up
doing
here.
anyway. So, in other words, you get away from if things aren't so chaotic, if things are going well, that's what people tend to.
Got new tires on Saturday though. It feels good.
When people get comfortable, they drift away from the
Fucking cheap. Yeah, cheap tires. $700 for a set of tires.
Your meat vehicle, even if you yourself.
And they're some of the cheapest ones I could find that had the best durability.
I just, it's one of those things where there's no golden ticket. And this is what bothered me a lot about the influencers.
Holy crap.
Right? So this is the one you think, oh, this
the hell's
family,
this?
oh, this specific form of diet. Look, it takes years and years and
That's why there's cops up here.
Years and years of doing
Guiding everybody around these big
trucks.
trucks.
Think of anything, any sport, any hobby, knitting for crying out loud, right? It just, hey, do you have any practice? Right now it's going really bad.
What are you
Give
doing?
a tip that'll get me to knit better. Now I will say, one thing that you should be doing
Oh,
consistently.
they're
and I would
tearing
say
up that,
always changes my perspective.
That exit.
And
Repaving it today.
To it is consistently ensuring that you are listing your gratitudes before God.
Huh,
You are grateful.
interesting.
If you focus on that, you will find.
Weird time of year to do
And
that.
I don't just mean this in the sense of, okay, I'm grateful, and the world is a hard place, eat, pray, love. I mean, go, okay, all right. I'm grateful that I have a house. I'm grateful that I have family, people who love me. I'm grateful that I get to do something that matters every day. Grateful for my dog, Joe Lewis, who is as loyal. Like, literally go through the list of things that you are most grateful for, that you enjoy most, or gives you the most joy every day, and you recognize other people don't have.
It's so important.
It really is, but
So important.
not just starting it now. It's something you need to be doing every day. Aside from that, look, it's what we say, fight like hell. It's a battle of inches every day. Every day you should be getting up, being aware.
But people lose heart when there's profound uncertainty.
Yeah.
And I think the one thing I'll impart for sure is that I don't think uncertainty ever goes away. If you get $10 billion, you're never going to be able to predict what's around the corner. And it could be a bunny rabbit, it could be a tiger. And you'll know when you see its teeth. But that is the point, when you accept the fact that life will always have uncertainty, that there will always be a problem to solve. And that
We're gonna take the
to get
freeway.
closer to your the best version of yourself is just put in the work, just constant work. It's accept that.
Ooh,
Accept
nice.
that and don't make work punitive, but make work. an
Always
idea
love a
that
good
gets
smell on
closer to the best
PT.
version of yourself. And that's kind of important.
I think that's a good one to leave it on. Except, I don't think that you should have to be so close to identify its teeth to recognize it. The distance, go by the stripes and or difference of
No, we're
400
taking
to 700 pounds, depending on the Siberian tiger.
We're taking the tree route because the trees are beautiful today. What the fuck? Oh, no. We're not going that way. Oh, we got idiots on the exit here. Everybody stop. The only yield sign is on the people exiting, guys. There's no yield sign for us. But everybody in this lane looks like, okay, they're finally moving. Good. Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, and then for some reason in Ohio, you have to have, like, whenever it's on the freeway, there has to be some type of piggy station there. Probably on overtime. They're literally just sleeping most of the time. Oh, shit. Pull right in front of this big truck. And he stomps it. after the truck had to brake. Do notice a little bit more road noise with these newer tires, though. Maybe just because they're new. And they're not as expensive as the ones that came with it. If I'd have fucking bought the same tires that came with this fucking car when it was new, it would have cost over $2,000. Oh, that's nice. Water running off that bridge. We're in a construction zone. Why the fuck are you calling this a construction?
Let's take a look and see what the president has today in schedule for us and in store on the week. He's back from vacation. He was in Delaware this weekend, and we saw that. He didn't do anything on Sunday. So Saturday, when we were doing our stream here, we saw that he was flying out on Friday to Newcastle, Delaware. He was hanging out Saturday and Sunday. I didn't see any beach photos this time, but he certainly is back this week. We got a little activity today on the agenda. Well, most of the activity is traveling, right? So out of town, in town, he arrives, he departs Delaware, arrives back at the Oval Office today, gets the briefing 11 a.m. Participate in some AI stuff. Kareen's coming out. We've got John Kirby today. And then the president and the first lady are hosting a local public school student, whatever that is. So trick or treat, families for trick or treating at the South Portico. Oh my goodness, tomorrow's Halloween. Oh man, I forgot about that. Tomorrow's Halloween. Oh, okay, so that's why. You remember when Trump was doing the Halloween stuff and he put that candy on the top of that kid's head? It was incredible. In fact, let me see if I can find that right now, because it was just perfect. It just cracks me up. And he did this. Oh no, it's not there. I don't know if I can find it. Maybe you guys have it. Anyways, let's see what's going on else. What else is going on? So it's not there. But it was a minion. It was a minion. That's what it was. I couldn't think of the name. It was a minion. And so, all right. So that's what Joe Biden's doing. Now, I know it's Monday, but we got to listen to Kamala, all right, to see what the president, vice president is doing, because we got a couple of wild clips here. And this one was Kamala saying Joe Biden is very much alive, which is good news, because some of us weren't quite sure about that. And this is what Kamala had to say. Joe Biden's not dead, America, not yet.
And they have told us that should something befall President Biden and he's not able to run, that there would be a free-for-all for who would run as president. You are in the spot that would be natural for you to step up, but we're hearing from donors that they would not naturally fall into line. Why is that?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to engage in that hypothetical, because Joe Biden is very much alive and running for re-election.
Why would she say alive?
I mean, that is
That's weird.
concern. And
Why would she say alive?
I hear from a lot of different people, a lot of different.
She say alive.
I'm focused on the job. I truly am.
What job?
Our democracy.
There's been a question whether or not he's alive, and we have a double.
We don't have time for parlor games when we have a president who is running for re-election.
Uncomfortable pause right there. Uncomfortable pause. So I don't really know what she's doing. So he asked her about this. He says, well, most Americans, she said, we're focused on doing the job, and our democracy, is at stake here, blah, blah, blah. So this was earlier. Says, well, most people don't think you're doing a good job on the border. The number of people trying to cross the southern border is at an all-time high. Here's what she says about this.
Most Americans say that they don't think you're doing a good job on the border, you and the administration. The number of people trying to cross the U.S. southern border is at an all-time high.
It's no secret that we have a broken immigration system. Short term, we need a safe, orderly, and humane border policy.
What is she laughing
And
for?
long term, we need to invest in the root causes of migration. But the bottom line, Congress needs to act. Come on, participate in the solution instead of political gamesmanship.
Well, she was put in charge of the border. She told everybody, all the Guatemalans, do not come, do not come. Well, they certainly came. And so, all right, that's Kamala. Sorry to do that to you so early on a Monday morning, but she was out. She was talking. We had to, see what she had to say about this, because we're asking ourselves, what the heck is happening with the election? So Joe Biden, I'm going to show you this clip from Newsom, Gavin Newsom. He's probably just started World War III with China after he took out some Chinese kid. I'll show you that. Just takes him right out of the basketball court and then beats him violently. But we're looking at the polls here. Gavin Newsom's up. Kamala Harris, right? She's still kind of in third place behind Newsom. And there were some very bad polls for Joe Biden over the weekend. In fact, Axios had a couple of those that I saw. And they were just brutal. I mean, it's like double polls. They're all hitting the panic button on this. Yeah, let's look at some of these headlines. 40% of Americans say they've never even heard of Biden's tax credits. And these polls are not looking good. So we're keeping an eye on this. And Newsom just traveled over to China, and he was hanging out over there. And he got into this little altercation on the basketball court, which we'll look at. But the other thing about this is look at Nikki Haley too. She's now actually this just updated, so this was in the green this morning. But she's up to number 3. She just surpassed Ron DeSantis, man, which is kind of crazy. And so we've talked about this, the dynamics. I remember this very vividly in 2016. And Trump was in the lead kind of the whole time, and there was always this horse race for the position. There was just, it was Jeb for a while, and it was whoever else. They just brought Ted Cruz for a while, and the rest of them. I think Huckabee was in there, and everybody tried to catch up.
LVA.
They all just kind of took their time in the spotlight.
Morning. We're just doing a quick trip to work, and then I'm gonna do my main channel. I'll do a desktop stream today.
And we did see Mike Pence drop out, so he's not even on the board anymore. And he dropped out at the. Actually, we were watching that on Saturday at the Jewish Republican Convention. Mike Pence came out, dropped out right in there. And we watched a little bit of the make there. We watched a little bit of Tim Scott there. I think we kind of checked out. So Pence is out. He's off the board. Trump is up a little bit in the main race. Newsom is still on this board, which is certainly troubling. So I pulled up a couple stories on this one. So Trump is still leading. Nikki Haley, now she's pulling even with Ron DeSantis in Iowa, right? So a lot of people are concerned maybe there's a jockeying in Iowa, and that changes the dynamic. Like if Trump for some reason lost in Iowa, that might show a big surge of support for a Trump dethroner. But Trump is still ahead by 27 percentage points. The lead
I don't know if Give even works on this channel. I'll have to check the settings.
Maybe because of his legal problems. I mean, I got to tell you, every time they come out and attack Trump, every time we see them try to gag him or take away his free speech, it doubles my support for him. I just go, all right.
Oh, it did? Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't think it worked.
Really, this is the red line.
I'm starting to hate him
too.
too.
Do this to Trump. They're going to do it to everybody else. And so, for me, it feels like it's more fortified.
But look at the pretty trees. Well, actually walls until we get to Michigan. We've gotten through Sylvania for some reason. Walls are more important. They're pretty walls. We got nice trees. There we go.
They post about this. They're all supporting Trump.
And then walls again.
And so, anyways, the point is, they're going to keep indicting him. We're going to talk about the show that Judge Chuckin reinstituted gag orders, so we're going to go through those documents. But they're losing control of the anti-Trump effort, and so they're having to escalate the tactics a bit. So that's a drop of 3 points for DeSantis. He was the first choice for 19% of caucus voters in August. It's a 10-point jump for Haley, who was at 6. So as you just have Haley rising, you have DeSantis kind of holding on for second place. But both of them are on the ground that you can only describe as shaky compared to solid ground that Trump stands on. Look at that, it's not even close, man. So here, likely 2024 caucus goers were asked, which one of the following Republicans would be your first choice? 43% for Trump. 16 and 16 for Ron and Nikki. Tim Scott's at 7%. Vivek is still down at 4%. And Vivek also kind of had his time, right? I think he kind of grows, and then people got used to this new entry, this new young, interesting person, and then they kind of we'll go back to the status quo. Aaron Rush, a 39-year-old poll respondent from Waterloo. Liz DeSantis is his top choice, but still considering supporting Haley. Must love that war. Love that endless war. And it's going to be curious to see if this changes. I don't know. I don't have a lot of belief that it will. I think it's probably pretty much done at this point. Now, the big question, of course, what could shake all of this up? And if they keep Trump off the ballot, that could be a big problem. And so we are going to check in this morning with C-SPAN because right now they are underway with a court hearing in Colorado. Just look at this judge. Just look at this judge. You know exactly what her political disposition is. Do you not? Am I wrong about that? And I hate the stereotype of judges on a bench, but I know exactly what her opinion on Donald Trump is. Don't even need to hear it. Have it said. But I know she doesn't like Trump. That I'm pretty sure of that. Let's listen in and see what's happening here. Now, I might try to get the highlights on this for the show today. Oh, it's only 2 hours. Okay, cool. So this is actually over already. All rise. Judge is entering. Please be seated. All right, let's see what happened here. So it's over already.
I do not dispute that in October 22nd, prior to taking the bench, I endeavored made a contribution to the Colorado Turnout Project. That being said, prior to yesterday, I was not cognizant of this organization and its mission. It has always been my practice, whether I was entirely successful or not, to make contributions to individuals, not PACs. While I have no specific memory of this contribution, it was my practice and my intention to contribute to an individual candidate, not a PAC.
Hey, Midwest.
All of the litigants.
Well, so I can't. It's hard to read what you got there. I hate the way. I wish you could change the color of the text. This guy wants to buy me so bad. There you go, buddy.
Yeah, right.
They haven't even filed the charges yet? That's nuts.
Oh man, did we call that one or what?
What the fuck?
I had not even heard her. The first thing she says was, I'm not actually biased. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, so let's carry on.
It's been like 2 weeks.
She denies the motion for
some ground rules, petitioners, and Secretary Griswold have a combined 18 hours of testimony, evidence, and arguments, and the interveners have a combined
a week and a half.
You may use them as you wish, so long and respect the courtroom.
It's Friday, right?
That's their audio, I think. And it's not that.
Is relevant, that I will likely allow the subject to be explored.
I don't know if it was True the Vote. I don't think it was True the Vote. I didn't catch what she said. I think True the Vote's a right-leaning organization, so I don't know what she actually said. I'll have to watch that again.
To turn into a service. I also think that it is worth repeating that to the extent we have discussions on the record regarding evidence and whether it should be allowed in, I will count that time against the party who is objecting to the evidence. Because I am the judge, I may ask questions. Do not infer anything by my questions. Petitioners, are you planning on making an opening statement, or do you intend to go straight to the evidence? Okay. Mr. Yes, are you letting comment on this statement?
Your Honor, we have a few preliminary issues, and then we'll make our motion.
Yeah, I just want to kind of make sure we all understand this. Okay. Whatever the preliminary issues.
It's a possibility. They could be doing that. Or they know they fucked up and they're hoping that they just quietly not do anything. That would be the best.
But it should help speed things up and make things more efficient. I can hand up a copy if you'd like, or if you'd like.
It's normal? Okay.
All right, let's see what you guys say about all this. We'll pop this out and say our hellos and good mornings while we check in on this.
Did you put in complaints once you got out?
We would like to.
I know you went out and did a couple more.
Get the other witnesses out of
Did you do complaints?
Normally that would be easy.
Make them pretend like they investigated them themselves?
In this case, because it's streaming, can you watch it from other places? We ask for admission. That would be done. The parties, other witnesses.
I'm not saying that that's necessary, but
Expert witnesses.
I said, did you do complaints against the officers after you got out? I'm just curious.
It's also a comment on parties to ensuring that witnesses
What's up, Wendy Case here? We got Peacefuls here, says good morning. 51 Case here says, remind me of Katie Hobb, being related. She looks like
I know you did your drop off this morning on
Wood Chip Bill's here. What's up, Economy Pilot? Says she looks like
okay.
That accused Justice Kavanaugh. Yeah, I can't understand most of it. Donut Mind Me says at a certain point, token donations shouldn't be.
That's crazy.
I think they're not, other than when you're a judge. When you're a judge, you really got to keep an appearance of impropriety.
If you need help with that, send me the incident number and stuff like that. I'll send it off. At least for the paperwork part of it.
Was she on the right? Is she a red person? Was I dead wrong about that? I'll have to listen to it again and see what she said.
I know you're on the
What's up,
road.
Davison? What's up, Wendy K? What's up, Ian Mack? Elliot's in the house. What's up, Elliot? That's a good post over there. We got Southern Comfort here. It says, what is trial for? This one is for the removal.
You're welcome.
It's not very clear that's what the issue was. They raised the possibility of executive privilege. That seemed odd to us.
Okay, so still some preliminary stuff. This is the Colorado Trump removal case. We're trying to keep Trump off the ballot over here. And so we've read through portions of this lawsuit. This is the one that I was nervous about. We covered the full thing here. It was get out the vote, says MAGA Hat States, not true the vote. Okay, thank you for that, MAGA Hat. I was going to listen to it again, but I didn't want to drag everybody here through listening to it like that. So it was get out the vote. And I guess it was a pack. Get out the vote pack. Turnout pack. Yeah, I don't know. But it seems like it fits. What's up, John? Good morning. What's up, Debbie Marie? Good morning. Lenny Malley says, dude, look like a lady. Golden Gaming's here. Good morning. Good morning, Golden Gaming. Ann Shaw's here. What's up, Kimberly? No, Trump was not voted by the Senate as an insurrectionist. No doubt. He was not even acquitted. That's Michelle Obama. All right, let's see what they're saying.
Season 131 was going to be used. That's the video of both Rudy Giuliani and John Eastman on the ellipse on January 6th. They gave
this audio
gave his speech, and they provided the basis for President Trump to say that President Pence.
Unindoctrinated.
And President Trump referred to their statements in his speech.
All right, brother. If I get time today, I'll dive into it.
Trial by comment. We're not offering those statements or that speech for the truth of the matter asserted, but for the effect on the listeners, the effect on Trump, and indeed we don't agree with most of what
All right, I wanted to see what else was in here.
I'll be on the main channel by then, probably.
I thought I saw Eric Swalwell was going to be there. I want to see if there's any.
We'll hear later today from Officer Hodges.
Just like an opening statement.
This is his body cam at the exact same time. You can see in the upper right-hand corner.
They're trying to accuse Trump of insurrection.
So within 5 minutes of Trump's issuing that tweet, this is what he faced.
So it's going to be a January 6th type of insurrection argument again. And I wanted to see if there's any witnesses. Who's on the stand there? Okay, here's an officer. Okay, more J6 insurrection. And did they conclude the day? Let's see what this officer had to say. Who's this guy? Oh, remember him? Wasn't he on the J6 committee? Is that the... Let's see what his name is.
Please state your name for the record. And where do you currently work? And what is your rank? When did you join the DC Police Department?
Not Capitol Police, Metro Police.
See that one guy?
And what was your job prior to joining the DC Police Department? What divisions are you assigned to at the DC Police Department?
I was assigned to patrol for research. I'm also assigned to disturbance unit 42.
And how long have you been a member of Civil Disturbance Unit 42?
Yeah, it's that same guy.
I've been with Civil Disturbance Unit 42 or CDU 42 since its inception about 25 years.
And what is the Civil Disturbance Unit?
Civil Disturbance Unit.
All right, it's this guy. So we've seen a lot of this crap. Okay, it's like insurrection 2.0, right? This is nuts. So they're having basically a trial. So the judge can say that they've shown that the 14th Amendment is self-executing, so that Trump can be removed via the insurrection clause. And even though Trump himself has not been found guilty of anything, they're going to prove this. Like, this is a civil case, right? This
That's
is
awesome, Midwest. Good to hear.
Individuals suing the state, essentially to say, keep Trump off the ballot. Trump is responding to stay on the ballot, but he hasn't been convicted outside of this jurisdiction of any insurrection or anything like that. They're gonna hold a hearing, and she's probably gonna rule that he can be held off the ballot. Insane.
People that own companies don't make sense, though, Claiborne. Believe me, I
He's back, right? Same guy.
for some reason
Washington,
understand
DC
that.
Police officer who's crushed, they say, by a pro-Trump mob. Daniel Hodges has spoken publicly about being attacked at the Capitol, and they dragged him back in for this. So it's the same dude, just running around doing media stuff.
Yeah, that would be nuts.
To try to take out Trump.
Be much more local.
Pretty interesting.
Get you to do some
As a member
work
of
up
the
in
CDU,
Michigan too, in Ohio.
All right, so that's all going to be that. So I wonder if we're done for the day here, or if they just took a break. Let's back up and see what happens.
We meet up.
Lunch break.
So at 10:30, we'll be back on the record.
Okay, so they took a break.
A lot less mountains, that's for sure.
They're probably coming back like right now. But oh my gosh, what a mess this trial is. So we'll keep our eyes out on that one. There's also today
Lower fuel prices.
There's also I wanted to share with you. Let's go over to Court Listener and see what we've got over there. This is Court Listener, and there was a lot of activity over the weekend as well. Now, just wanted to share it with you just so you can sort of hit the docket, but this is what we'll very likely talk about this today on the show. This is what just came out from the judge yesterday. Okay, denying Trump's motion to stay the gag order pending an appeal. So the gag is back on. Trump is gagged again. And Trump replied to this. So he said, so he just dropped this on 8/28. And we'll probably read through this one too. It's a 25, probably a good one. So Trump replied. Remember, we know it goes motion, response, replied. So Trump filed first. They responded. Trump replied. So this would be the final say. Obviously, the judge denied this and has issued the order. And she actually was in the order. I think she was referencing some of Trump's truths. And Trump just dropped some truths this morning. Okay, her order's pretty big, too. It's 9 pages. Very likely read through both of those. The other thing that's happening today, okay, Trump world is just out of control today, is I think we've got the New York trial as well. And Klasfeld is over there. Let's see what's happening in the New York Tish trial. Tishy Tish. See what she's up to. Breaking, from Klasfeld. He said here, good morning from New York. 5th week. Prior witness is resuming his testimony. This guy, Raymond Flores. Now, I think...
Well, you'd be using a company truck?
Next week.
I don't understand that.
To see Trump's kids testify. Eric Trump, Ivanka Trump, and some others. So, it's going to be a busy week. So, we've got, what is it? Halloween's tomorrow. Yeah, and then we might have some kid testimony, Trump children testimony today in court, which would just be, or this week, which would just be wild. Economy's here. What's up, former? Says it might be nice if they would allow cross-examination of the.
I was just wondering why you wouldn't be using your own truck. Would you have to be using a company truck, or is that?
I mean, they're going to be.
I thought that was your truck.
Sure. So they back in session. Okay, part 2. Yeah, then you started back up.
Your rig.
And I heard that there was going to be and stuff. In fact, let me see if there's a 14th. There's a
okay.
Summary of what's going on here. Yeah, the Hill just dropped this 19 minutes ago. So let's see what they've got. It says a week.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's probably like a fucking house mortgage.
So this is gonna be all week. This thing. Oh my goodness. A week-long hearing on this lawsuit seeking to bar Trump from the ballot is underway. The suit was filed last month, which we read through here. It'll be part of a wider argument by some legal scholars and lawmakers that Trump is disqualified. At the start of the hearing, here you go, the judge rejected a Trump motion that she step aside because she once contributed money to a liberal group. Here's what the organization is. Colorado first hearing. Find a pretty interesting article here too. The judge overseeing Green's case ruled in favor. I wanted to see about like recuse. There it is. Trump's campaign said it had filed a motion for the judge in the case. Her name is Sarah B. Wallace, to recuse herself because she had made a $100 donation in October 22 to the Colorado Turnout Project. A group, oh my gosh, so that's what it was. Look at this. A Colorado Turnout Project to prevent violent insurrections. That's who she made the dono to. So Colorado Turnout Project. Let's look at what that is. Turnoutpac.org. Colorado Turnout Project, loading. So this is why this is a little bit of a problem, no? I mean, if the judge is making donos to turnout projects, rally Democrat voters, and who we are, let's see who we are.
More than my house cost originally.
The largest voter contact organization in the country, dedicated to
it's worth more than that now, but
Party and defending democracy. Turnout wins.
I paid less than that for the house.
These are our grassroots donors. What we do. This looks kind of benign now. Postcards, turnout grants. But they tell us, right, that on the website it said to prevent violent insurrectionists like the J6 attack. So judges back, all rise, all be seated. Back up for some direct exam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Man, it's fucking trucks are expensive.
Says, this is a legal Hail Mary by Democrats.
Yeah,
This came bail, he says. So I don't know.
Exhibit 13.
Maintenance is higher than a fucking house too.
So more insurrection. Got it. More insurrection. More violence in the Capitol. That's going to be their basis for keeping Trump off their ballot in America. All right. What's up, Old Salt? Welcome in. Good morning. And good morning to you, too. It says, Get Out the Vote is headed by a liberal professor from Yale. What's up, Elliot? All right, Elliot's here. He's got some posts. Elliot does some heavy lifting here. Let's see what we can parse out of this. He says, am I imagining things, or did Chupkin mix up a law dictionary's definition of party and interested party? Page 5 to reach out. And so we have not read this yet, but we certainly will. Page 4 to 5, let's see. Referencing party to law dictionary. Did she get the wrong quote? Here. But, quote, interested party is a well-established legal term of art, meaning anyone who is both directly interested in the lawsuit and has a right to control the proceedings, make a defense, or appeal from an adverse judgment. And she's referencing a 2019 edition of the interested party from Black's Law Dictionary. And Black's Law Dictionary is a dictionary for the law. It's just called Black's Law. I guess the guy's name is something Black, right? He wrote this law dictionary. And it's been around forever. It's kind of like what the lawyers use. So she referenced that. Elliot is saying that's not accurate. She may have picked the wrong definition. Hello, Chuckin. Says, I suppose nothing should surprise us at this point. In the Mar-a-Lago indictment, the special counsel did an odd partial cut and paste from DOJ boilerplate, resulting in the claim that, quote, national security information was information owned by, produced for, and under the control of the government. But with that definition, the documents under Trump's control could security information, of which NDI is a subcategory. So Elliot says, couldn't the media companies seeking some kind of audio-visual access in DC qualify as, quote, interested parties under a slightly permissive definition of the term? Could be helpful. Yeah, I mean, it sounds, sure, the media would be interested, right? So if you have a very broad definition of that, sure. It would be hilarious if John Lauro, Trump's lawyer, filed something arguing that his client is a reasonably foreseeable witness, and consequently those media companies should be enjoined from targeting either his client or the substance of his testimony. Oh my gosh, Elliot, that is too funny, man. Oh, and I pressed the wrong button on our picture-in-picture. All right, look how small I am. All right, give me a minute. I gotta reset this puppy. Gotta restore this. Not going anywhere, but it's gonna go dark for a minute. Okay, we're coming back in 1 minute. Oh. And there we go. We're back. Okay, so that's funny. So yeah, Trump is also a reasonably foreseeable witness. And he can't be criticized if he's going to have a fair trial. So all the Democrats and all the Republicans should have to stop criticizing him immediately. I put up some posts on issue spotting in the Mar-a-Lago case over the weekend. For anyone interested, clicking on my avatar, probably the quickest way to bring them up. Feedback, critiques, and counter arguments.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to Elliot. And Elliot, look at this. It says, it is supporting documentation on an interested party. While it might be an established legal term of art,
the banks hate it when you do that, but
flexible.
You're right.
The Supreme Court has said accordingly. Courts are public institutions. The manner in which justice is administered.
They want you to be on the hook. They want a chance to steal that from you if they can.
To be kept secret is not okay. We're going to see this battle.
What the hell is this guy turning?
in the J6 case, because the media asked for access to.
I'm going to let you go, dude. You turning?
You know that the rules in the federal courts are, sorry, you don't get access in
fucking
federal court. What's up, Jeremy? Says, good morning, Rob. The world will always be in chaos. The question
waving at me to go like I'm an idiot. Got nowhere to left turn there, dumbass.
Happy Monday, Jeremy. I know the answer. I know the answer here. Well, here, we're going to name it resilient. We're going to remain anti-fragile, build fortitude, and become stronger. There's a lot of opportunity when things are messy. Really, there is a lot of opportunity. And it's not that you're taking advantage of anybody. It's just there's chaos in the world, right? I mean, everything is about bringing order to chaos, like everything that we do. You know, it's always, whether you're, you know, when I was a pool boy, I was bringing order to a chaotic swimming pool every week, right? When I'm a lawyer, criminal defense.
It's smart if you plan on continuing doing this. Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of a reserve.
A person charged with a crime, there's chaos. Right? Every day on the show we talk about chaos, but we learn from the chaos and we help.
I know what you meant. Yeah,
blade.
we know what you meant.
Yeah, in sort of the battle, in the journey. And so happy Monday, Jeremy. I hope you're feeling good this week, baby. I am. We've got Spawn Dogs here. Rocky says, Black Slop. We'll leave that one. Donut says, I've always believed there are far more moderates willing to cross the party than either party wants to admit. But I think people just want, I know, I'm obviously hyper-political. I know many of you are as well. That's why you're here. Welcome. Love you guys. But a lot of people are not. A lot of people aren't as hyper-political as we are. And so they just kind of want normalcy. They just kind of want peace. And I think there's a big group of people now who voted for Biden thinking that they were going to get some more of that normalcy, get some more, less chaos, and they've gotten a lot more chaos. And I know people in my life who, I'll leave it there, but who voted for Biden, right? Who voted for him. I just can't take it anymore, and I just have to go vote for him. And some of those same people are like, what the heck is going on right now? They're all having a wake-up call. And it's told you so, told you, what are you doing? All these people promising you stuff is not going to go so well, right? You gotta, good policy is not promising everybody everything. But
gotcha.
For some people, that's what they want to hear. Nobody wants to hear about austerity. It's hey, we can't spend anymore, right? You're gonna have to, do more with less. They just keep printing money and they just keep promising everybody, hey, we can just lock the whole country down for 3 years. We'll just hand a bunch of money out, mandate a bunch of stuff. We can just, turn and twist the knobs in the economic world. It's not going to have any unintended consequences. Kids are still going to be smart. Home prices are still going to be good. There's not going to be inflation. There's not going to be insane interest rates and all those things because we're the government. We can control everything. We're smart, but they're not, unfortunately. Not too smart at all. All right, so literally, there's still it's like the J6 committee hearing all over again in there. Give me a break. It's not even interesting. All right, so what's up? We got some donos in the house. What's up, GDL? Thank you for sending these ones in. And we got our friends over on Telegram as well, saying what's up. GDL's here says, oh my gosh, GDL, look at this tip, man. What the heck, GDL? Super generous of you this morning. Thank you. Says, can you go over issue 1 in Ohio? It has caused mass confusion, and I'll like more clarity on the matter and share the truth if it is possible. Thank you. Issue 1 in Ohio. Oh, is it on the ballot? Thank you for the nice tip. Let's take a look at it. Is it a referendum? I guess is the question. Ooh, okay. Yeah, 15 hours ago. Look at this. Oh, here, let me.
Raid doesn't work on this channel.
Article, so we've got to.
It don't work.
We got to do this.
Got to do heist.
All right. After a second.
Oh, let you anyway. Okay.
Forces,
I might have added it. Yeah, I might have added it as an alias.
Students are hoping to get others to vote no on an upcoming Ohio amendment to ensure abortion rights. Took the soft approach at a recent event in university. Signs were alarmist. We're voting today, 3 months after a failed attempt by abortion opponents to make it harder to amend the state constitution. Ohioans will head to the polls again November 7th to decide whether to enshrine reproductive rights in the state constitution. Okay, so that's what I was trying to gather. So it sounds like the pro-abortion people are trying to codify this in the state constitution, and that's the big effort. So the abortion opponents were trying to pass another bill to make it more difficult to amend the state constitution. So as we know, to amend the United States Constitution is extremely difficult. I think you need 2/3 of both houses and then ratification by 3/4 of the states. I sometimes get those confused, but it's like a tall order. That's why the Constitution has only been amended a very, very limited amount of times in this country. I think 27 times or something. I could be wrong, but the point is, same process is happening here. So the abortion people want to make abortion, more analogous to a Second Amendment or something. Guarantee it in the Constitution. So the anti-abortion people are fighting that. So they say early voting is already underway. Television ads are proliferating. Millions in political money is flowing into Ohio. The amendment's backers, so I guess they're voting on the amendment, and the amendment's backers have outraised the pro-life side together, they've spent more than $40 million in television advertising and expenses. Oh my goodness. Abortion, currently legal in Ohio up to 22 weeks. A 6-week ban was briefly in place last year before being put on hold by a judge. Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. And the amendment known as Issue 1, okay, would, if approved, make a state constitutional rights to, quote, make and carry out one's own reproductive decisions. So that is very broad, including abortion, contraception, fertility treatment, miscarriage care. It would allow the state to restrict abortion after fetal viability. It would allow after fetal viability. So, you know, the way that Roe versus Wade and what was originally structured is we broke it up into 3 trimesters. So the first trimester, the state could really limit abortion because, really allow abortion because it wasn't a fully developed human. The second trimester was a different framework trimester. The state had a lot more interest in protecting that child. And so you could be more restrictive with abortion in the third term. So in other words, as the child develops, it kind of gets more.
Oh, the Kraken gotcha.
Roe versus Wade or whatever.
Damn.
It's like less easy.
I'm gonna grab a coffee from this coffee shop up here and some little snack before I stop at the plant.
They're trying to, so it's almost like the third trimester. Okay, when it becomes more viable, then the state can come in and do something about it, but not when it's necessary to protect the life of the mother. August defeat spurred internal finger pointing in conservative camps. GOP leaders accused of shining.
Yeah, that's basically my take.
Some Republican leaders have been vocal.
But they want it to be. They want it to be in the Ohio Constitution.
As headline of rally, get out the vote, urging no votes. So this is curious. So is the governor going to sign it into law, or does he have that ability?
It's an amendment.
If it's an amendment, maybe the governor doesn't have any authority to do it.
He doesn't. That's why they're trying to do this.
There was nothing in the amendment.
Basically, you can do a state constitutional amendment with just 51% of the votes.
Some opponents have gone even further, right? So they're trying to figure out what this law actually does. I don't think anybody knows what it does. Now, to sort of dive into the legal component of this for GDL, this is a broad statement, man. Make and carry out one's own reproductive decisions. What does that even mean?
I'll be right back.
Whatever you want. Whatever you want to do. Pretty broad. And I was trying to see if I could actually find the text of the bill to see what else it does, or what else it looks like. State Issue 1. Here's what they say in Colorado. State Issue 1. And look, they're still insurrecting over there in the Capitol. Not even an interesting hearing. It's like Liz Cheney's all over again. Is she back? Is she in the courtroom? Probably watching this at home eating popcorn. So Frank says the proposed amendment would require that any proposed. Okay. So. Okay. So a vote yes on Issue 1 says that people will ensure constitutional changes are widely accepted and declare that Ohio's Constitution is not for sale. They want to elevate the threshold. So like if you vote yes for Issue 1, you are going to raise the threshold to 60% to make it harder to amend the Constitution. Widespread support, and this will be more useful in empowering people across Ohio rather than having a bunch of people donate money in. So should Ohio to vote no, if you vote no on this amendment, they say, would destroy citizen-driven ballot initiatives as we know them. This is why they want you to vote no. It means 40% of Issue 1 ends majority rule. Okay, so that's the difference. So majority rule would be like 51%, right? So like 51%, if 51% of the people vote for it, it amends the Constitution. They want to raise it to 60 over here for Issue 1. If I was voting for this, I'd probably vote to raise the threshold to make it harder, because I fear the tyranny of the majority, right? I don't like the tyranny of the majority. I think if you're going to be actually doing things in the government, it should have broad support. So I would support raising it to 60%, personally. And I think that actually makes it a little bit more robust, because then if the other party comes in and they get 51%, then they can just reverse it. So we just have an amendment and then a repeal of an amendment, and then an amendment and a repeal of an amendment. So I think, the abortion issue is not issue 1, but the abortion issue would come after issue 1. Okay, so like if issue 1 is a no, then abortion could be codified via constitutional amendment just through a 51% vote. Very interesting. And so this is actually what the amendment would look like, and it's a long one. So GDL, I'm going to send this to you. I'm going to drop this in the chat if you want to dig into that further. But thank you for the very and hopefully that gives some clarity. Look at this! Oh my gosh! It's the Watcher! Is that the Watcher, man? It's the Watcher! Oh my gosh! 51K. It's Lady Justice, man. With the W, man. I love it. That is awesome. That is awesome. How cool is that? And you've got it glowing. I'm blown away. How cool is that? Happy Halloween, Watchers. How fun is that? Oh my gosh. So cool. All right, I'm definitely going to save that. That's definitely going on in my map today. How fun. Man, carving pumpkins. I haven't carved pumpkins in a little while, I know. Probably should get a little bit more in the spirit, huh? The pumpkin for 51K. How cool. How funny. I love it, man. That's some hard work. Look at those details. See, I'm like a big galoot. Is that the word? And cutting all the details and stuff like that. I just do like the triangle eyes and like the big scary mouth. That is some nice craftsmanship right there. Looks good. Looks so good. Thanks for doing that. How fun. It's a real pumpkin too. Man, that is cool. How cool is that? Super fun. The Antique says the only thing I carve now are people's souls. Wahaha with the MW. Love it. Well, you know, we all have our skill sets out there. Awesome. 51K said my video's behind. Yeah, video's a little laggy. But that is super cool. Okay, thank you for doing that. Wendy K says, here is the link to the Trump trick-or-treating the kids.
All right, sorry guys.
Oh, it's too funny. Here it is. Here it is. No, he got criticized for this.
Tell us where you're located at this point.
Oh, it's still the officer back over there. Right there, boom. Right on the minion's head. Right there. And Melania put it on too. And it just fell off. Oh, it's too funny. Here, let me move myself. Here it is. This little girl catches it as they fall off. Now, I don't know what that was about. Like, did they ask, did the kid ask him to put it on his head? Like, I don't know did the kid ask for that?
We're there.
Or did they just put it on his head?
Can't even see the lines because of all the leaves. All right.
Trump is a character. You cannot deny it. Trump is a character. Thank you for that, Wendy. Thanks for looking that one up for us. What's up, T. Lewis? Says all the evidence and videos that they are using from JC.
I'm gonna set up. I'm supposed to have one person coming in, but I'll still set up a live stream. Checking this shit. What the fuck? $78. Oh, YouTube TV. Fucking football. Only reason I have YouTube TV right now is because of football. Mostly college football too. Okay. All right, the kid's saying he's gonna be here tomorrow, so we'll see. He was gonna be there today too, so. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. I'll go live on inDOCtriNATION. Thank you for riding with me. Love you all. Peace.